So, almost 2 weeks ago, D23 happened, and there was a lot of trailers and a lot of announcements for movies and shows that are coming out the next few years. And I noticed with several of them that they have been continuing their act of race swapping several big name characters. And this got me thinking, again, why is race swapping becoming the norm, and why it needs to die? Now, because this isn't just Disney that pulls this. There have been so many characters. I've got on a notarized list right here, and this is all. I only have like 15 on here. There's probably about 1,000 other examples I could have on here, but I just needed some basic examples, and here's some for you. Ariel from Little Mermaid, Snow White, Mary Jane, or Michelle Jones from Spider-Man Homecoming, Iris West, twice. Annabeth Chase, obviously, Clarice LaRue, Chiron, all from the Percy Jackson TV series. Batgirl, which was canceled, thank God, even though she's apparently coming back. Oh boy. Albert Wesker from that shitty Resident Evil TV show. Aquaman in the DCEU, Perry White in the DCEU, Catwoman in the Batman, Human Torch in Fantastic Four. Several from Rings of Power and all those other shows. So, was that all of them on this list? Yeah, this is like the bare minimum list that I could put together. There are hundreds of examples that I could put on this list. And I will say this, there have been some, very few exceptions where I've given it a pass. Very few. First one, ironically, is a movie that was not only on this list, but a movie I didn't really like that much, and it was Jim Gordon in The Batman. Now, I hated this casting choice when I first heard it, because, for obvious reasons, but when I saw the movie, I thought, you know what? He did good. Jeffrey Wright did damn good as Jim Gordon. The other one is Grover from the Percy Jackson movies. And yes, I know it's the same thing with the TV show, but again, the movie version was a very different character. He was kind of a sad sap, kind of just useless in the book. The movies made him a lot more competent and a lot more. They made him kind of the comic relief. So the look change didn't really bother me as much. And it especially doesn't help with the TV show that they cast an Indian kid to play a guy called Grover Underwood. Just why? And even still, that was probably the least offensive of the casting choices that I saw, since it had already been done before. But, and then the third one, because I used to say that there were two. There are three examples. I forgot this other one, was Michael Clarke Duncan as Kingpin in the 2003 Daredevil movie. Now, the movie was garbage. Like, the 2003 Daredevil movie, I'm not going to pretend is good. Like, it's not. It's terrible. Pretty much everything about it is bad. But Michael Clarke Duncan, because he still, again, like these other two that I mentioned, he still looked the part. Because the way Kingpin is that he's he looks like a fat guy. Like, that's why Spider-Man makes a lot of fat jokes about him. But it's really like this morphed muscle. And that's kind of how Michael Clarke Duncan looks. When you see him in the suit, it looks like he looks like a fat guy. But during the final battle, you could see that, no, this is a fucking ripped dude. Like, this dude will snap you in half. So, again, the casting choices can kind of work as long as they still look the part. Because these, like I said, these other ones, they looked the part even if they weren't the right race. The rest of these are just not. None of these are even close. And it's intentional. That's what pisses me off the most, is that it's intentional. Like, this isn't about good storytelling. It's like people defend as like, oh, they were the best choice for the role. No. That's not how this works. This isn't about telling a good story. It's about pandering and virtue signaling. It's insulting and it's racist. Not just towards white people, but to minorities as well, because it's showing laziness with their quote-unquote representation and diversity. It's showing laziness in that department. Like, just in these examples, these are like the biggest examples I could come up with in like the span of about 5 minutes, just off the top of my head. And the only people who back these up are the social justice nutbags on the internet, and I know because they're constantly in my comment section, because I know full well that I'm not the only one who's dealt with this shit, because they intentionally go to videos like that just to bitch and moan about the fact that we don't like these casting choices. They've convinced themselves that decreasing whiteness in popular media and giving these roles to minority groups is the morally right thing to do. And it's not. All it's doing is showing how lazy you are, that you don't actually care about your so beloved representation and diversity. You just like to pretend you are. Like, this is nothing but pandering and virtue signaling. And that's why this needs to die. Because, again, you swap a minority role to a white actor and give that to a white actor, people lose their fucking mind. But again, if you do this, they're like, oh no, it's brave, it's bold, it's about diversity, it's about representation, and this is all horseshit. Another one I forgot to put on here, Booster Gold from Stargirl. So yeah, that was another example I forgot to write down, even though I thought of it. Because a lot of these, what's the point? Like, what's the point? What was the point of casting Halle Berry as Ariel? What was the point of casting Rachel Zegler as Snow White? What was the point of casting whatever the actor's name was as Albert Wesker in Resident Evil? What was the point of both the Iris West castings? Like, again, the point was representation, diversity, and pure laziness. That's it. Pure laziness. This isn't bold and brave, and it's not about telling a good story. Storytelling is all Hollywood should be about. Should be about telling a good story, nothing else. This is just it's political propaganda. That's what it is. They think they're scoring points with the minorities, and even minorities get pissed at this a lot. There are plenty of minorities in the comments on my Percy Jackson reviews saying, yeah, this seemed like, as a black man, this casting was garbage. So I know that this isn't just... So I know that they are not just scoring points with minorities, because they're not. They think they are. And there are a ton of minority characters you could throw into this. Or, make something original, make an original character, instead of just rebooting one of these movies or shows and giving them the sloppy seconds. That's exactly what this is. They're getting, as Eric July put it, it's basically giving the minorities a hand-me-down character. That's exactly what this is. So I don't see how people can see this as bold and brave and stunning. And I don't see how they don't just see this as completely insulting and insufferable, like the rest of us do. Like, Leslie Grace as Batgirl. Why? Whatever the girl's name was as Annabeth. Why? All the characters in Rings of Power. Why? Just you're making a prequel, create new characters instead of doing this crap. Or Johnny Storm, that one was pure, I have a feeling that was a deliberate ploy by Josh Trank just to get attention for the movie. That's something else, that they do this just to get attention as well. They don't do this because, it's the best actor for the role, because a lot of these are horribly miscast. And it doesn't help that a lot of the time the characters are so backwardly written. Like, I guarantee you with Annabeth, it's like, the entire point of her character was that she was blonde, so it was like, it was trying to subvert the dumb blonde stereotype. Like, people see me as I'm blonde, so people kind of automatically assume that I'm dumb, but she's incredibly smart. I have a feeling, and I have seen this in several comments on my other videos, and in other places as well, that they're going to do the thing where instead of that, she's going to be, I'm black, so people don't treat me fairly. I'm willing to bet, I would bet thousands of dollars on that. And again, just what's the point? Just someone explain to me what's the point. And saying representation and diversity is objectively wrong, because this is the dead opposite of that. All this is doing is, like I said, giving them a hand-me-down character. This isn't promoting racial diversity. This is promoting diversity, like splitting fan bases. Like, all you're doing is splitting your fan bases in half, because that's all these companies want. They want the woke lunatics who will give them a like and a retweet. And nobody, that's the same thing that happened with Star Wars with their character of Reva. It's like, no, that wasn't a race swap character. That's not my point here. But they're doing all the stuff like, stop being racist towards this actress, when there was maybe 3 comments like that. And, no, when white people get attacked like this constantly and they let them bully them for that, for not liking their shows and movies. Because that's the strategy now. That's another reason why these people are casted. They have an easy way out. If you don't like their film or their show, they have an easy defense for us. Oh, you're just racist. Like they did with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and like they're trying to do with Percy Jackson, or The Little Mermaid, or Snow White, or all these others. It's like, Resident Evil was also notorious, and Rings of Power has been notorious for this as well. You're just racist if you don't like this film or this show. It's fucking despicable. That's what it is. It's not just lazy, it's despicable. It gives them an easy way out to deflect blame for making a shitty product. So, fuck these production companies. All these movies and shows that I've listed as well, most of them were either going to suck, did suck, or are going to suck. I have no faith in The Little Mermaid, Snow White, or Percy Jackson. Rings of Power's terrible, Resident Evil was god-awful, Batgirl was so bad it got cancelled, the Fantastic Four remake was a dud, and the DCEU is just in the trash. So, lessons learned? Apparently not, because they keep making the same mistakes. So yeah, that's all I got for this. I got more reviews to do, so I'm going to wrap this up quick. So yeah, race swapping needs to stop. Just flat out needs to stop. Cast people that look the part or don't make the fucking series. It's not that difficult. So yeah, that's all I got. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.